Hey, what's up guys, it's King here. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Omen. My last Omen video did pretty well. People are really excited about it. It was the Omen Teleports guide, so if you haven't seen that, you can go click that somewhere. Apparently a lot of people are really enjoying Omen. I've been playing him a lot. I was playing some other characters that was kind of like, I was kind of trying to fit around like my team, fit the mold, you know. It feels like sometimes your team needs more smokes, it needs more healing from Sage, it needs more intel from like Sova or something like that. So I was trying to like pick around all of those choices, and you know, over time, I just kind of got to the point where I was like, dude, I'm just gonna get good at Omen. So I've been playing a lot of Omen. Today I wanted to show you one of the best parts of Omen's kit, which I think makes him a pretty decent flex player. I think this character can fit in almost any team if you're utilizing this ability correctly. The ability that I'm talking about, probably one of the strongest ones in the game actually, is his E, his Shroud ability. You throw this baby out, that'll go a certain amount of distance, and that'll drop this little orb here. Some might call it a smoke grenade. It's got kind of this bulb effect if you go inside of it, so you can still see inside of this dome here. You can shoot through it, of course, but this will block vision for a short amount of time. It's around 8 seconds, I believe. So you throw this down, and you'll have a little bit of time to work around it. Now, why do I say this is one of the strongest abilities in the game? Well, the reason for that is because this Shroud, this smoke grenade, is actually practically global. You can use this on the entire other side of the map, especially on Split. You just chuck this baby over there. I'll teleport over so you can see it.
I am everywhere. My ultimate is ready.
And look, now you have B tons smoked off for your team. If they're pushing B, I can take effect immediately from A site as Omen. If you're solo queuing into this game as a character like Omen, you can have an impact wherever you are on the map. That is incredibly cool. Not only that, you get 2 of these. So if the team is pushing B over here, say what you can do is you can just chuck a smoke over here, and then maybe you want to smoke off your team mid too if they're pushing mid. Now look at that. 2 areas are smoked, covered for your team. They can't push through these. If they push through these, they're pretty much dead. And this gives your other teammates time to rotate. Have you ever been playing in a game with like a Brimstone who just seems like he doesn't understand the character at all? He's not dropping any smokes. He's not helping your team at all. You have a Sage on your team. She's not dropping a wall to delay a push or anything. You can do that as Omen from anywhere on the map. That is awesome. You should be using these things very freely, and the reason for that is they are on a 35-second cooldown, which means I can smoke this, and then I can wait for it to time out. Give it a couple more seconds. It's going to time out here in a second. I can throw another smoke. This smoke's going to land pretty much right as that last one faded. Okay. Give it another second. Okay. That one's going to fade. Throw that one in. That one's going to land pretty much as that one fades. Look at that. And then it charges back up. Like, you can get these smokes off pretty freely. It is actually crazy. You can throw so many of these boys in here. I think it's you can throw down 2. You'll have to wait around like 10 seconds, and then you can throw another one, right? So just having the ability to smoke off any single area for such a long period of time, you can keep one area smoked for practically the entire round. Finding a time to push into Omen is going to be very difficult for enemy teams if you are actually using the Shroud correctly and appropriately. Some other cool things that you can do with this, right? You can come over here, say you're pushing out of B tons. This is one I do pretty frequently. You can throw down a smoke right out here on the back of sight. And then if this is smoked off by the enemy team, you can actually just teleport right into your Shroud. Look at this. You are entering sight right here. This is a dangerous move to kind of push out of the smoke, and they can't actually hear this teleport. But if nobody's playing this back of sight, if you have this cleared, this will get you across this gap right here, which is a dangerous gap to cross. If anybody's sitting heaven, they can go over here and they can take you out. But when you teleport across, they don't actually see this coming, and suddenly you are on the other half of the site. If you have this cleared over here, if you know that this is cleared, well, it doesn't really matter. You can smoke this off and you can teleport into it. But you can also just cross over here, and you might be able to take somebody out with a cheeky pick over there. Even worse, maybe you teleport in here. Here's another thing that you can do. Maybe say you smoke that off, and you're able to teleport into this.
Cover going out.
Now, look at this one.
Cover going out.
Now you're in their spawn, dude. They didn't see that coming. Now you can sneak all the way around heaven here, and you can pick people off. Sneaking all the way around here, tell your team to wait, tell your team to wait, tell your team to wait. Oh, you found this guy? He's playing right here. You got that pick. Maybe you come all the way over here into mid, screw these guys up. Are they playing this position? Okay, they take them all out. Getting an Omen in your backline is one of the worst things for a team, and it can absolutely massacre the entire enemy team, make it all fall apart. Here's another good use of the ability that I've found. If you're playing alone, you're the last player, you can actually use this smoke to bait players out. So say you're sneaking behind them. Say you've been lurking on B site, your team was pushing A, you come in here, you want them to think that you're coming A. Smoke off this side of the map, that smoke's going to land right there on short. Now they're thinking that you're coming over there. You've smoked off this area. Teammates are calling, oh, there's a smoke over there. There's a smoke over there. He's probably coming short. He's coming short. You sneak up behind them here. Maybe you kill off somebody who's playing in heaven. Maybe they're watching this area. They don't even expect you coming. It's all about the mind games with this ability. It is a global ability. Take advantage of that. Not only take advantage of the globalness, take advantage of the fact that it's on a 35-second cooldown. This is a global smoke grenade on a 35-second cooldown. I want to emphasize that because that is absolutely crazy. I definitely recommend that players practice using this ability as well, because if you're using it without being able to have vision, obviously, of where it's landing, it can kind of not always land in perfect positions. If you throw a bad one, I will oftentimes call out to my team, hey, that is a bad smoke. Do not trust it. Because you can see on the map where these things land, right? So say if I'm throwing something like this, that's going to be a bad smoke, because that's going to land on the other side of the map. But because I aimed it so high, this thing is going to land higher than the tunnel. This is a bad smoke. If your team sees this on the map and they think that they can rely on this, then that could actually end up screwing them up. They think that this is smoke, maybe they peek right here, and then they get taken out. So be sure if you throw something like that, you communicate that, hey, that's not going to land where I want it to. Sometimes you throw them a little bit too quickly, and sometimes they don't land perfectly. Generally, what you'll want to do is, you see this arrow right here? You're going to aim above it. It's the green arrow if it's in a good spot. If you're aiming too low, it'll be red. So see, if I throw this smoke, that's going to land in the ground. And although this smoke right here doesn't end up being terrible itself, this is kind of cover like a decent area, this isn't perfect, right? They can still kind of get vision around it. You want your smoke to land just a little bit right in the air. That'll be a good spot. It'll fall down a little bit too. Well, that's not perfect, obviously. You want your smoke to land right on the ground over there. Throw that right in. Things are a big orb and less than like a dome, right? So if you aim it a little bit higher, oftentimes it'll fall down and it'll cover even more area. It'll be very difficult for somebody to see over this if they're playing any position. And because it'll fall, it'll kind of sink. You can aim it a little bit higher. Some other ways I've used these orbs. I've thrown them over here onto sites to bait the enemy team into thinking that we were going over there. Give your team a second to rotate while they're going A. Maybe if they're shift walking it. Now you have two smokes over here. The enemy team is calling out, hey, we got smokes on B. That was a bad smoke. You might be able to force a rotate with this on occasion. If the enemy team thinks that you're going to be pushing a site, maybe if you've pushed B a couple times, you want to start throwing smokes early. And then go A. This could easily get the enemy team out of position. Maybe they're playing over on A and they start to rotate, and you're able to get an entrance on the A site. Especially in matchmaking, the enemy team isn't always going to have the best communication. So if you have any player, it just takes one player who's prone to rotating early. If you start throwing smokes like that and you get a call out, especially if you're crushing a team, they will start rotating earlier. You could easily draw people out of a site that they're not prepared for. Oftentimes what I like to do is I like to play Omen as a lurker. So say my team is pushing A and I'm playing over here on B, maybe playing a little bit of middle. I could sit right here, and once my team starts moving in, I can smoke them out, right? So I can throw that smoke, I can throw this smoke, and I'm still chilling here in mid. I'm ready for the rotates. Once the rotates start coming in, if they try to push behind them, take them out while they're going sewers. If they start pushing or they start rotating, I hear the rotates, I can start coming up behind them over here. Play this position. I've gotten a lot of picks from people just coming over here from heaven. Take that guy out. Maybe if they're not even rotating from there, maybe they are already rotated. You can come in here behind them over here. Maybe your team's in a little bit of a gunfight over there on lower stairs. Maybe they're struggling to get up there. You can sneak right behind them here. Don't jump onto that zipline like I just did. But come in here. Oh, see somebody over there? Take that guy out. Look at that. Your team is in. There is a reason that you can use these Shrouds globally. Make sure to utilize it. You see a lot of Omen players not really use this ability or even their paranoia ability. They kind of just use them to get to like really weird locations. They seem like teleport up to this spot or whatever, and they'll play this position, which is really odd. I have an Omen teleportation guide, so if you guys are looking to see that, any of the cool spots, go ahead and check that out. A lot of the spots on there I found a lot of success with recently. I've been getting a lot more aggressive with the teleport, but I don't even think the teleport is his strongest ability in his kit. I think it is absolutely the Shroud right here. He's an aggressive character, and I promise you, without this ability, he would be F tier. He would not be a good character, but because this ability exists, he is actually usable in some of these games. Now, it's up for debate how good Omen is against other characters in like a tier list, but without this ability, he doesn't offer anything to the team that any other character doesn't. He's not nearly as mobile as Jet. His blind is harder to use than Breaches, and his ultimate is lackluster in many situations. But this Shroud, this ability, is something that no other character offers. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. My name is The King Live. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. We do lots of videos like this. We have another Omen guide if you're looking to check it out, a teleportation guide. That one's really cool. I show a lot of different spots that you can use his C ability. Not his ultimate teleport, but just this little teleport right here. I've seen a lot of people kind of struggle with it. A lot of people not using it as aggressively as you could be. And that's kind of why I ended up doing that one. Maybe eventually we can do more Omen guides, so if you're looking forward to that, if you guys have been playing a lot of Omen, I've been playing a lot of Omen, so I like talking about him. If you're not already part of the Discord, be sure to join so down below. We have so many freaking awesome people in there. We've been getting a lot of pugs together, and I've been having a good time with it, dude. We are meeting some really incredible players in there, and it has been so cool. Also, be sure to check us out on twitch.tv/TheKingLive. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.